Hey, what's going on, everybody? Brando free to play back on my free to play account. And in today's video, we are going to be going over the new update that came out a little while ago from IGG. I did go over it on my live stream, but unfortunately, that recording didn't really go that well. The recording on my laptop is really bad. It'll probably be still up on the live stream, but I'm gonna make it, a video dedicated just for that, without having to, worry about the chats or anything. Just more of a dedicated style of a video. So first things first, this update has a new gear set, which is what I'm going to be mainly talking about in today's video. So we have the Cottageroar Set. Alright, so we have a new armor, new leg piece, new main hand, and a new offhand. So 4 new gear pieces. Let's go ahead and break down what each one of them is good at. Okay, so the armor, right? It is a pretty good infantry attack set for free-to-play players. Why do I say for free-to-play? Well, it does not require the ultra rare item to max it out. And the ultra rare item for this set is the Forbidden Tome, right? The Spooky Coat is the only new armor piece that is quote-unquote free-to-play friendly. Alright, all of these other 3 require 2 to 7 of those tomes. And don't confuse these for the arcade tomes. These are Forbidden Tome. Okay? So, let's talk about the armor. So, at Mythic, right? Legendary gives you 11% infantry attack. At Mythic, it gives you 15.4% infantry attack, 14% infantry defense, and 11.2 infantry max HP. So let's compare this with other infantry, right? Infantry attack gear. Okay. So at Mythic grade, it is definitely not going to compete with the Terror Shield or the Firewall Chestplate or the Champ Gear or the Hedonic Cuirass. It'll beat out the Frostwing Armor. It is actually not better than a Mythic Winter Parka, right? And a Winter Parka does require 1 ultra rare item, right? So in essence, in terms of affordability, it might be better off than the Winter Parka, but the Winter Parka is not that great. There are better infantry attack options. Now, the other free-to-play set that I would recommend would have been the Armor of the Abyss, which gives you 7% army attack. Now, this applies to all of your troops, but if you're going for this new chess piece, it is going to be for infantry attack specific, okay? You're going to attack with infantry, and you are attacking somebody. That is it, all right? But unfortunately, as you guys can tell, just by the stats and how low it is, 15.4% at Mythic, it is very much on the low end of the infantry attack sets that are in the game. It is an okay option for free to play. It is not something that I would recommend, right? If you have it and you can get it, fine, but don't focus on it, okay? That is just my quick opinion on it. Now let's move on down to the legs, okay? So here we have the Steps of Reckoning. Again, these give you infantry attack plus 22.4%, infantry defense plus 16.8%, and infantry max HP 11.2%. Now this does require 2 ultra rare items. So how difficult is it going to be to get these ultra rare items? I do not know yet, but we will eventually find out. So let's take a look and compare these to other legs. So again, I'm sorting by infantry attack, okay? And right out the bat, you can tell that the champ legs give you 56% infantry attack, plus 14% army attack. So in total, it is what? 70% infantry attack at mythic for the champ legs. That is a lot of stats. All right, and then this is probably the second worst set, gear choice. But you do have the corrupted boots, which are free to play, and they give you 14% infantry attack. But I mean, 14% is nothing really you want to get. Okay, you really don't. I mean, yeah. Currently, I have my Dragon's Talons at purple, and that's 13%. So, I mean, it's not something that I would recommend for anybody to get, really. These boots are not good for anybody. So, yeah, I do not recommend the boots at all. So let's take a look at the main hand. Now, the main hand is going to be a fairly expensive item because it requires 7 ultra rare items, right? It requires 7 of the Forbidden Tome. But, okay, it gives you 45.5% infantry HP at mythic, 14% infantry max HP, and 21% army defense at mythic grade. So let's compare that to other main hand weapons. Alright, so the Frostwind Greatsword is a great mixed weapon because it gives you 3 attack stats. That is it. Okay, it's a mixed weapon. Okay, the Champion Blade, if you look and do the math, 28 plus 21. 28 infantry attack plus 21 army attack. That is 49%. Okay? But keep in mind, that is a champion item. Okay? Terror Lash gives you 38.5% infantry attack. Very good. 38.5. The Decadent Sword, 35. So current, best champ, second best so far, Terror Lash, followed by the Decadent Sword and the Kraken Anchor and the Malicious Saw. Those 3 are kind of tied with each other, right? But for infantry specific, the Decadent Sword probably beats out the Terror Lash. But because of the cost of the halos, a lot of people decide to go for the Terror Lash, and that is perfectly understandable. Fiery Tomahawk, I mean, these you can't compare, right? And then lastly, at the very bottom, we have the Ghastly Cane at 45.5% infantry attack and 14% infantry max HP. So this main hand is probably the second best infantry attack main hand in the game. Second to champion gear. Okay? So the Ghastly Cane, for those of you who are planning on having a very strong non-champ infantry set, this Ghastly Cane is going to be your new best friend. Okay? Now, for those of us who are free to play, it doesn't matter. We're never going to get it mythic. So, we can hope and dream, but it's never going to happen. Let's face it. Alright? So, Ghastly Cane, probably best in slot, second to champ gear. All right. Now let's take a look at the last one, the offhand. Okay, again, this offhand is also going to be one of those very expensive items because it requires 7 forbidden tomes. 7 of them. Okay? It does give you a good amount of stats. 42% infantry attack, 14% infantry defense, and also 14% army max HP. So let's go ahead and compare that to other offhands that have infantry stats. So the Champion Light has 49% infantry attack. 49, okay? So let's keep on going down. Okay, so that has 21, this is 21. We can ignore those. 42. 42%. So again, this is probably, the offhand is also second to Champ Gear, right? Champion Light is 49%. But here's the difference. Infantry attack is at 49%, and this 49%, and the Eerie Lantern is at 42%. So that is 7% difference, right? But the Eerie Lantern has 14% max army HP. But the Champion Light does not have army HP. It has army defense. So it's up to you if you want to change, if you want to lose 7% infantry attack in order to gain 14% army max HP. So 7% attack for 14% army HP. That is going to be something for the min-maxers to actually come out and decide that this is what they're going to do. In my personal opinion, I think the Eerie Lantern is probably going to come out on top because, as we know, HP is the second best stat in the game. And if we can get 14 HP for the cost of 7% attack, I think that might be worth the trade-off. And also, you don't have to spend an arm and a leg on a champion item, right? You just have to spend an arm and a leg for this. But either way, all of these sets, all of these items, the last 3 especially, they're pay to play. The main hand and the offhand, probably some of the 2 best or second best infantry attack items that are currently in the game. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the new Cottageroar set. And yeah, until next time guys, see ya.